July 24, 2025, Anthropic launches Claude Opus 5, and within hours it claims the #1 position on Artificial Analysis's Intelligence Index, a composite benchmark tracking reasoning, coding, and general intelligence across all publicly available large language models. The score, 61. Higher than every GPT 5.6 variant OpenAI has shipped. Higher than Google's Gemini Ultra 2. Higher than anything else on the board. One number doesn't tell a whole story, but in the AI industry, Leaderboard position drives adoption, investment, and developer trust. This number matters. Opus is Anthropic's flagship reasoning model, the top of their Claude lineup, sitting above Sonnet and Haiku. Opus 4.8, released earlier in 2025, had already established itself as a serious contender for complex, multi-step tasks. Opus 5 isn't a minor iteration. According to Anthropic's technical documentation, it represents a substantial architecture revision focused on what the company calls sustained coherent reasoning, the ability to hold a complex problem in context across long chains of thought without degradation. For developers building autonomous agents, that capability is the difference between a tool and a coworker. Here's the feature that has the builder community talking. Opus 5 ships with a per-request effort toggle, low, medium, or high. Set it to low, and the model responds fast and cheap, skipping deep reasoning chains. Set it to high, and it takes its time, burns more tokens, thinks harder. Medium sits in between. This is not a gimmick. For anyone building agentic workflows, systems where an AI orchestrates multiple steps autonomously, this is a first-class workflow primitive. Not every step in a pipeline requires maximum intelligence. A routing decision doesn't need the same depth as a code architecture review. The toggle lets builders allocate reasoning like a budget. Consider a typical autonomous agent pipeline. Step 1. Retrieve data from an API. Step 2. Parse and summarize. Step 3. Make a judgment call. Should we escalate this to a human? Under a flat pricing model, every step costs the same, reasons at the same depth. That's wasteful. With the effort toggle, a developer can set step 1 to low, step 2 to medium, step 3 to high. The result is lower aggregate cost, lower latency on simple steps, and maximum reasoning power precisely where it counts. Several developer teams on social media have reported 30 to 50% cost reductions on multi-step workflows by using the toggle strategically, though these are early, unverified figures. Anthropic priced Opus 5 at approximately $5 per million input tokens and $25 per million output tokens, identical to Opus 4.8. That's a deliberate strategic signal. They're saying, we improved the model substantially, and we're not charging more for it. For context, OpenAI's GPT 5.6 Sol, their current top-tier reasoning model, sits in a comparable price range for standard API access, though exact pricing varies by commitment tier. The effort toggle adds a layer of cost control that neither OpenAI nor Google currently offer at the model level. Coding is where the rivalry gets sharpest. GPT 5.6 Sol has been the go-to for many professional developers since its release. Early independent benchmarks suggest Opus 5 matches or slightly exceeds Sol on standard coding evaluations like SWE Bench and Human Eval Plus. Where Opus 5 reportedly pulls ahead is on long-horizon coding tasks, refactoring entire codebases, maintaining consistency across thousands of lines, debugging complex multi-file interactions. These are precisely the tasks where sustained coherent reasoning matters most. Sol remains highly competitive on shorter, well-defined coding problems. The gap narrows or disappears on tasks under a few hundred lines. Long-horizon performance is where the next generation of AI competition will be won or lost. These are tasks that unfold over hours or days. An agent conducting deep research, managing a software project, or iterating on a complex document through dozens of revision cycles. According to early evaluations shared by developer communities, Opus 5 on high effort maintains coherence and accuracy significantly further into extended chains than its competitors. If these results hold under rigorous independent testing, Opus 5 isn't just a better chatbot, it's a better foundation for autonomous systems. Anthropic has been the quieter player in the AI race, less theatrical than OpenAI, less omnipresent than Google. But Opus 5 represents a moment of undeniable technical leadership. The effort toggle, in particular, feels like an idea competitors will be forced to replicate. OpenAI and Google both offer model routing between tiers, using a smaller model for simple tasks and a larger one for hard problems. But that's a different, cruder mechanism. Per-request effort control within a single model is more elegant, more granular, and easier for developers to implement. A few important caveats. Opus 5 is days old. The benchmarks being cited are a mix of Anthropic's own evaluations and early independent tests. Rigorous, large-scale independent evaluation takes weeks, leaderboard positions shift, and a composite score of 61, while impressive, compresses enormous complexity into a single number. What's not in dispute is the architectural direction. Variable effort reasoning, long horizon coherence, and agent-native design. These aren't marketing terms. They're engineering priorities that reflect where the entire industry is heading. Anthropic just got there first. The question now is how long they can hold the lead.